Natalie Gagliordi at Customer Engagement Technology World here in New York, and I'm talking with Frank Eliason of Citibank, and he just gave the keynote speech today, and you discussed your book, At Your Service. And one of the points you talked about was how businesses are not thinking through social media and how the customer experience is not being fulfilled. Can you just sort of talk about that a little bit?
Well, what we're seeing in social media is customers are taking control of your brand because, you know what, customers have not had a say and we've not always treated them the way they should. So, that phone experience or, using that app doesn't meet their needs, they're frustrated. And so now all of a sudden they can voice that frustration in a way that forces you as a company to hear them. Now the big question is, are companies doing anything about it? They hear it, they may be acknowledging that customer. I don't see them doing enough to fix the core issue, what's causing them to be loud in the first place.
And then you talked a little bit about scalable intimacy, and there was the employee aspect and then the customer aspect. Can you just maybe highlight a couple of things you talked about?
Sure. When I look at social media and I look at what's gone on over the years, people fail to realize those early brands that were out there. We knew the people behind those brands. We knew it was Brad Nelson at Starbucks. I was with Comcast at the time. We knew the people. That's where the power in social media. Social media is not so much about the brand spewing a message. It is the message the world has about your brand. And your people who are your most passionate for your brand, you know what? Allow them to do that. Allow them to advocate for your business. They're the greatest asset you have. So that's the one side. That's the employee side. But then I would also say on the customer side, social gives us the ability to know the customer for what they want the world to know about them. And that power can be so great. Imagine the day where a call is routed to someone who has similar interests to you and you're striving to build a relationship as opposed to getting them off the phone. Totally different experience. Imagine that marketing message or that piece of mail that's sent is geared more towards what is important to them, not what's important to the company. This is how you get through in the social world. And ultimately your goal is to have it where customers want to talk positively about your brand and spread the message. You have to create that experience, and part of that is building relationships.
And in terms of self-service, how do you see that relating to the customer experience and where that's going?
Self-service, and in everything that we do, unfortunately, the culture that caused us to do it in most companies was, oh, I can save money by getting these people off my phone, out of my store, whatever. That's the wrong approach. People in social media can sense that approach. They feel it. Your audience is all customers of something. How frustrated are they when they call in and get that IVR saying, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, and can't get someone when they need them? We have to start thinking about what is that customer experience, what is the customer's needs and desires. And those desires may be different on that mobile device versus that iPad device versus in your store or in person. And that experience is everything about that is connecting that. But at this point, it's really making it about them, not about you as a company. If you're going into self-serve with the idea of I'm saving money, you're going in with that wrong culture. You really need to fix the culture of your company or anything you do will not work.
Great. Thank you so much. It's great stuff.
Thank you.
Again, this is Natalie Gagliordi at CETW New York.